Hey everybody, thanks again for watching my channel. And today I'm gonna do a video about my favorite lineup of the Neverland Express. The Neverland Express, of course, is Meat Loaf's band. And Meat Loaf toured with the Neverland Express from 1977 up until 2016. And the Meat Loaf Express has changed on many positions through those years, always with great musicians. But what I want to do is pick my favorite lineup of the Neverland Express. And this will always lead to discussion because it is so subjective that there will always people who will say you are wrong. You shouldn't have picked person A, you should have picked person B or person C because they were great at this or that. And that will always be the case. But this is my personal preference, my personal lineup of the Neverland Express through the years. And if I was able to go to a concert today with Meat Loaf and the band as I want to see it, what are the names that I want to be in this band? But before I'm going to start with the Neverland Express, I'm going to exclude somebody. The person that I'm going to exclude is Jim Steinman. Jim Steinman was part of the Neverland Express in 1977 and 1978 during the first Bad tour. I would do Jim Steinman injustice by putting him just in the band. If I go to a Meat Loaf concert today, being able to see them all at their prime, I would say Meat Loaf and Jim Steinman with the Neverland Express. And who will be in the Neverland Express, I'm going to tell you now. We begin with the position that has been filled since 2006. In 2006, Meat Loaf introduced a saxophone player to his band, Dave Luther. And since Dave joined the band, I think the arrangements of some of the live songs like Rock and Roll Dreams Come True and Out of the Frying Pan, they are amazing. It was a simple pick because we did not have this great saxophone player in earlier settings of the Neverland Express. So Dave Luther will be in the Neverland Express. And that brings me to the second spot, and the second spot was a little bit different because there are so many great piano players in the history of the Neverland Express. And I want to give a shout out to Justin Avery, who was the latest from 2010 to 2016, the latest keyboard player. And Justin has been a fantastic musician, always loved to see him, but he didn't make it in the final pick because I think that if we talk about the Neverland Express, there is one name who should always be connected to it, and that is Paul Jacobs. Paul Jacobs was the musical director in the early 80s, and to be honest, I think he has been undervalued. I think that if we talk Neverland Express, we have to mention Paul Jacobs. So Paul Jacobs is my piano player in the lineup. And then we go to the drums, and that was a bit easier for me. I'm not someone who knows much about drums, but what I do know is that since 1991 he has been one of the faces of the Neverland Express, and I don't think I can pick anyone else than John Michelli as the drum player in the Neverland Express. So John Michelli, without a doubt, my favorite drum player. And now we have the pianos, we have the drums, we have the saxophone. Let's go to the bass player. And the bass player for me is someone who was with the band for years, who has been a great addition as a musical director for the band. And before I mention his name, I'm going to say that people like Kasim Sultan should get a mention. But for me there was always one standout, and that standout was Steve Boslow. Steve Boslow will always be my bass player at the Neverland Express. And then we get to the two positions for the guitars. And the same as with all the other positions, Meat Loaf always had great musicians on those positions. But if I think of the Neverland Express, if I think of who would I want to see on stage playing the guitar, there are just two names that every time pop up in my mind. The great late Bob Coolidge and the fantastic Pat Thrall will be the guitar players for the Neverland Express. Bob Coolidge, of course, in the band in the mid-80s up till the late 80s, and Pat Thrall, who picked up after Bob Coolidge at that position until the mid-90s. Those were my favorite guitar players at the Neverland Express. Pat Thrall and Bob Coolidge. Those are the two that I want to see on stage if there was a possibility. So they are in my lineup of the Neverland Express. And what we are missing are the backup vocals. And the backup vocals, it will bring some controversy, because I do know that most of you have been grown up with just one female vocalist that was there always for 19 years, and that was Patty Rousseau. And although I love Patty Rousseau on stage next to Meat Loaf, she did not make my final pick. If I would have picked her, it would have been because she was in the band for such a long time, not because I want to see her more than the lady or the ladies that I picked. But Patty Rousseau, of course, needs a shout out. And there are two other female vocalists that absolutely need a shout out, because those two just barely didn't make it. And that, of course, is Carla DeVito. Carla DeVito is the original tour girl, and she set the bar. I think that everybody who came after Carla DeVito has been compared with Carla DeVito, because she set the bar for being on stage with Meat Loaf, doing the acting, doing everything that was required. But Carla didn't make it because she only did one tour, and that was the Bat Out of Hell tour. And the other person I want to give a shout out to is, and I hope I say her name right, Cian Cowie. Cian Cowie joined the band in 2014 and stayed until the final show in 2016. And the reason that I want to give her a shout out is because Cian did something that nobody else did during the 2015-2016 tour, and that is give energy on the stage. She was energetic. She did great acting performances on stage. She lifted up the band. She lifted up Meat Loaf, and for that she deserves a major shout out, because I think that she was the best asset of the Neverland Express in the last 2 years. But she also didn't make it. For me, the Neverland Express need to have Elaine and Amy Guff, the Guff Sisters. I'm not saying that they are the best vocalists. They are great vocalists. Maybe they are the best vocalists. If I now look at concerts of Meat Loaf, I notice that I do enjoy it more when the Guff Sisters are on stage. So I know many of you will say, how can you not pick Patty Rousseau? How can you not pick Carla DeVito? Not even forgetting Katie Mack, who was fantastic from 83 to 86 and did a tremendous job. But I have to pick my favorite lineup, and in my favorite lineup, Amy and Elaine Guff are the female vocalists. And then there is a reserve spot, so to speak. Meat Loaf did have some backup male vocals. I don't think I need them now, because with great vocalists like Steve Boslow, and with Paul Jacobs, and with Dave Luther, I don't need an extra male vocalist. But if I had to pick one, then there would be only one. Jesus Christ from Jesus Christ Superstar, Ted Neely. But as I said, in my lineup from the Neverland Express, I don't think we need an extra male vocalist. So he would be a reserve. But my lineup would be Paul Jacobs on piano, Dave Luther on saxophone, John Michelli on the drums, Pat Thrall and Bob Coolidge on the guitars, Steve Boslow on the bass, and Elaine and Amy Guff as backing vocals for Meat Loaf and Jim Steinman during what would be my favorite concert. I know you disagree, that's okay. If you want to share your favorite lineup, if you want to explain to me why I am wrong, which is impossible because it's an opinion, but if that is okay, please reply, put it in the reactions under this video, and I will gladly read it. Let me know what your favorite lineup is. You now know mine, and I know I left out names, but we have to make choices, and this is my choice. This is my favorite lineup of the Neverland Express. Thank you for watching this video. Please let me know what you think and have a great day. Thank you.